TradesViz versus TradeZella. So if you're looking to either get into using the TradeZella app or TradesViz, this video is going to be perfect for you because we're going to be going through the pros and the cons of both platforms, TradesViz versus TradeZella, and going through everything you need to know so you can make an informed decision to see which one of the platforms is going to be right for you. So with that being said, let's get straight into the video and go through everything you need to know. If you'd like to try out either one of the tools, TradeZella or TradesViz, we'll provide links down below in the description for your convenience. TradeZella also has a coupon code where you can save 20% off with the code SAVE20, so I quickly wanted to mention that as well, just in case you want to save a bit of extra money. But yeah, so first and foremost, to begin and just get straight into the video, TradesViz is a very powerful, feature-rich tool. As you can see, there are a ton of different features and things you can do inside of TradesViz, to the point where it has a bit of a learning curve to a certain degree, especially if you're new to journaling and you're not super technical. And it might feel overwhelming at first, so I guess that would be a con with TradesViz, but at the same time, that con is also a pro because there's a lot of features and tools that you get inside TradesViz. And again, this is going to be perfect for traders who love data because TradesViz gives you a lot of data. And also, unlike TradeZella, TradesViz allows you to basically have a free trial of the software before even paying for it. So that's something that I definitely appreciate as well, because there's essentially a free plan in terms of their free trial, which is great for testing. So that's a pretty big pro in terms of their pricing. But like I said, the design isn't the sleekest, and a lot of users do get overwhelmed because of the interface isn't as intuitive as compared to for instance TradeZella. As you can see right here, it's a lot more intuitive, much more visually appealing to the eye as well. And it's functional, but in terms of the user face inside of TradesViz, so I'm not gonna I'm just comparing it, right? But it's more for a power user than beginner friendly in my personal opinion. So now let's go over to TradeZella and go through what it's all about. So in terms of the pros when it comes to TradeZella, it shines with simplicity and structure. As you can see, the user interface is a lot more better in my personal opinion in comparison to TradesViz. I mean, each to their own, but of course, this is just my personal opinion, and it's not going to really be a deal breaker in terms of going with TradesViz or TradeZella. But obviously, a user interface makes it more easier to use, and then obviously the learning curve isn't going to be as steep. So that's something to take into consideration right off the bat, right? So it's designed, like I said, with TradeZella, it's designed with clarity in mind. So you immediately see your win rate, your profit and loss, your setups, and your emotional tags. It's quite simple when it comes to that type of stuff in terms of being able to visually see everything. So we can go over here to dashboard and you'll see what I mean. You can see your net profit and loss, your trade win percentage, your profit factor, daily wins, average win, loss trade, but everything's here for you to see. And this is just obviously one tab. There's multiple different sections that you can go through as well. Obviously a notebook as well. You can journal and add different notes for your reference that you can refer back to later. The playbook feature as well is a game changer. You can actually track trades by literally, it's just, you can track trades by strategy and build a library of your best setups. It's something that I definitely appreciate as well. So it's something you can, create from scratch right here, or you can browse playbook templates. They have plenty of different templates as well that you can utilize. So I definitely love that feature as well. It also has trade replay, which lets you go through the price action and decision making progress, almost like watching a game tape if you're an athlete. Now, unfortunately, a con with this is that it's only available with the pro plan. So the trade replay feature will only be available with the pro plan. And they also recently rolled out a unlimited backtesting feature, so you can practice your strategy across past market conditions as well. So that's also a pretty cool feature inside of TradeZella. Now, let's go over the cons, because like I said, no platform is perfect. TradeZella, TradesViz, they're not perfect, but they're both great contenders and great tools. So in terms of the cons for TradesZella, there's no free plan, and it's a bit more pricier than TradesViz. So that is a con, but some people call it a good thing in a way, because paying for something often makes you more committed to actually using it consistently. And to a certain degree, I agree with that. And another con would be it doesn't have as many deep dive metrics as TradesViz, for example. So again, like TradesViz is quite powerful in that regard because it has more deep dive metrics. But for most traders, that's actually a plus because there's less noise and there's more clarity. Like I said, it can be quite overwhelming with all the different things inside of TradesViz, and it's also the interface isn't as nice in comparison to TradesZella, right? So in terms of the pricing for TradesZella, there are two pricing plans, $29 a month and $49 a month. But if you do pay annually, you do end up saving a lot more. And then if you actually go with the premium plan and pay annually, you can save $200. And of course, when you use the coupon code SAVE20, you can actually save 20% off with the code SAVE20, which makes the price even cheaper and more affordable as well. So that's something to keep in mind regarding the pricing. If you're a data junkie, you love deep customization and want a free plan to start with, TradesViz might be a great fit. But if you're like most traders trying to build discipline, refine a few key setups and stay consistent, then TradesZella is probably the best long-term investment. It's the platform I personally recommend because it's built to actually get you results, not just give you more data to stare at. So at the end of the day, a journal is only useful if you actually use it. And in my experience, TradesZella is one of the platforms that traders stick with because it's designed to keep things very simple, actionable, and growth focused. So if you'd like to try out TradesZella for yourself, I'll provide a link down below in the video description so you can get their best deal. Remember to make sure to use the code SAVE20 to save 20% off with the code SAVE20, so you can basically get the TradesZella pricing plans a lot more cheaper than they already are, which makes it even more affordable for you to try it out. So drop a comment down below and let me know which platform you prefer or which platform you're interested in trying out, whether that's TradesZella or TradesViz. But with that being said, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching today's TradesViz versus TradesZella review video.